Hello, I am Jose Fierro. I am the editor of Information Warfare magazine, but above all, I am a concerned citizen imploring Americans to wake up, at the very least, on the side of caution. America, wake the hell up already. The future of democracy is on the line. This is an urgent call to action. The stakes are too high to dismiss, and even if we choose caution, we must confront the undeniable reality of foreign influence in our nation's leadership. The connections between Trump, Musk, and the Kremlin are undeniable and reveal a troubling pattern, one that cannot be ignored. This report exposes the financial ties, policy decisions, and geopolitical consequences that threaten U.S. sovereignty. It examines claims of early cultivation by Soviet intelligence and other critical factors that every American must consider for the future of our democracy. The time for complacency is over. The time to wake up and take action is now. I am the editor of Information Warfare magazine, but above all, I am a concerned citizen imploring Americans to wake up, at the very least, on the side of caution. The time for complacency is over. The time to wake up and take action is now. Let's begin with the analysis. Former KGB Major Yuri Shvets has claimed that Donald Trump was cultivated as a Russian asset over a span of 40 years. Shvets asserts that Trump's 1987 visit to Moscow was orchestrated by the KGB, during which he was reportedly fed talking points critical of U.S. foreign policy. Upon returning, Trump took out full-page ads in major newspapers criticizing U.S. alliances and defense spending, actions that Shvets claimed were celebrated by the KGB as a successful, active measure, Trump's long-term financial ties to Russian interests. Evidence suggests that Trump's financial struggles made him vulnerable to Russian influence since at least the 1990s, when American banks refused to lend to him due to his repeated bankruptcies. Russian oligarchs, who are closely tied to Putin, began investing in his properties. Some key financial events include Russian-backed Bayrock Group leasing 2 floors in Trump Tower, a Russian oligarch purchasing a Palm Beach mansion from Trump in 2008 for $95 million, more than double its appraised value. Russian money flowing into Trump's real estate projects, as acknowledged by Donald Trump Jr. in 2008, stating, "Russians make up a pretty disproportionate cross-section of a lot of our assets." The Mueller report and 2016 election interference. The Mueller report documented extensive efforts by the Russian government to influence the 2016 U.S. election. The investigation identified numerous contacts between Trump associates and Russian officials. Additional findings include Paul Manafort, who had previously worked to elect a pro-Putin puppet in Ukraine, joined Trump's campaign and provided internal polling data to Russian operatives. Trump publicly called for Russia to hack Hillary Clinton's emails on July 27, 2016, the same day Russian hackers attempted to breach her personal servers. The Trump campaign reportedly had over 200 documented contacts with Russian operatives, Trump's policy actions that benefited Russia. Beyond election interference, Trump's policies and statements while in office frequently aligned with Russian interests. He publicly questioned NATO's relevance, a stance that aligns with Putin's goal of weakening the alliance. His administration removed language from the Republican Party platform supporting military aid to Ukraine. He attempted to withhold $400 million in aid to Ukraine in exchange for political favors, leading to his first impeachment. Elon Musk's alleged ties to Putin. Recent reports suggest that Russian influence may not be limited to Trump. Elon Musk, one of the most powerful tech leaders today, has been in direct contact with Putin since at least 2022. Key allegations include Musk has echoed Russian talking points about Ukraine and proposed peace deals that favor Russian territorial claims. He restricted Ukrainian military access to his Starlink satellite network, which had been crucial for battlefield communications. Russian financial interests, including a major bank, have reportedly begun partnering with Musk's companies. Why every American must act now. Despite mounting evidence and intelligence reports suggesting foreign influence, many Americans remain resistant to acknowledging or addressing these concerns. This must change. Russia's documented efforts to manipulate U.S. politics spread disinformation, and financially compromise key figures pose a direct threat to democracy and national security. Critical questions every American must ask themselves. 1. Am I fully aware of how foreign influence could be shaping American politics, policies, and media? 2. Do I rely on verified, fact-based sources for my news, or am I unknowingly consuming disinformation? 3. Have I critically examined the financial and political connections of leaders I support? 4. What would be the consequences if these allegations of Russian influence were proven true? 5. Am I willing to overlook foreign interference for the sake of partisan loyalty? 6. Do I vote for candidates who prioritize national security and safeguarding democracy from foreign manipulation? 7. Am I pressuring my elected officials to investigate foreign influence and ensure accountability? 8. How can I help strengthen U.S. democracy against foreign adversaries beyond just voting? 9. Do I challenge misinformation when I see it in conversations and social media? 10. Am I supporting policies and leaders who protect U.S. alliances such as NATO and resist authoritarian influence? 11. Why does Russia have a vested interest in manipulating American politics, and what does it gain? 12. What historical lessons can we learn about foreign adversaries using internal division to weaken nations? 13. How does allowing foreign influence erode the credibility of American institutions? 14. Would I remain silent if another country, not Russia, were interfering in U.S. elections and policies? 15. If democracy is at risk, what am I personally willing to do to protect it? What can be done? 1. Demand accountability. Every American must call for thorough, bipartisan investigations into Russian influence over U.S. political and business leaders. Congress must ensure transparency and prevent foreign adversaries from manipulating American policies. 2. Strengthen election security. Russian disinformation campaigns continue to target American voters. Election security measures, cybersecurity enhancements, and public education about foreign propaganda must be prioritized. 3. Protect U.S. alliances. Efforts to weaken NATO and U.S. support for Ukraine directly benefit Putin. Americans must support policies that reinforce alliances and deter Russian aggression. 4. Hold media accountable. Russian disinformation spreads rapidly through social media and partisan news outlets. Demand fact-based journalism and push for greater scrutiny of media platforms amplifying Kremlin propaganda. 5. Recognize the real threat. Political divisions are being exploited to weaken the U.S. from within. Americans must reject partisan distractions and focus on safeguarding democracy. The future of American democracy is at stake. Ignoring these warnings invites further foreign interference and undermines U.S. sovereignty. The circumstantial evidence surrounding Trump's financial history and Musk's interactions with Russia is too significant to dismiss. The American people must act by voting, staying informed, and holding leaders accountable. Democracy does not fall overnight. It erodes when citizens choose complacency over action. The time to stand up for America's future is now.